Hi everybody, it's Kim Hughes and it is a beautiful day here in Mineola, and I wanted to jump on Facebook to kind of talk to y'all a little bit about designing your life the way that it should be. So I'm going to take a few minutes, not going to spend a lot of time. I didn't even announce this. It was just something I just started thinking about, and I was looking at some things last night and thought, you know what, with the way that the market is heading, we are all going into the busy season. You know, spring is always a very fast-paced season for real estate. A lot of sellers, a lot of buyers, people are hustling. You as an agent, you're out there trying to please everybody. And sometimes you can find yourself not taking care of yourself. And so we want to make sure that your day is starting out the way it should and it ends the way it should. So with that, what I mean by that would be is, you know, do you have a plan? Every day you should be planning what's going to happen the next day. Surely, things happen you can't control, but a majority of the day you can. So that's where I want to kind of talk to you about this, is that you can't be everything to everybody and be great. So what I want you to kind of start looking at is pieces of your business where you are maybe lacking. Maybe you don't focus enough on it. Maybe you're like, well, I can't do this because I'm so busy doing this. So what I want you to kind of start mapping out in your head, you can do this on a spiral notebook, your daily calendar. If you have the 90-day action planner that I've created for real estate, this is where you would put that. So you of course know what your appointments are. Every day you know what your appointments are, whether it's a personal appointment, it could be a dentist appointment, a hair appointment, nail, your children's school. It could be you've got to take your husband to the airport, pick him up, something that you always do, put it on your calendar. And then, as you work through that and get closer to that day, then you can work your other appointments around that specific thing so that you have a balance. Everything should be balanced. And so by doing that, you can say, okay, well, in the morning from 9 to 10, I'm going to make phone calls. I'm going to call my past clients, my top 5 past clients, checking in with them, see if there's anything they need. And, maybe I can get a referral. But, the most important reason I'm calling is because I want to know if they need something and let them know that I'm there for them. That's why you're calling your past client. If you get a referral out of it, that's just a bonus. But you want to make sure that you are connecting and nurturing your past clients. So, 5 people a day, that's nothing. 1 hour, easy. Then you may say, well, I have to pull the market stats because I have a listing appointment this afternoon. That should have already been done, but you could have, it could be something that you are putting together. Then you may have to run out and show a property. You may have an open house. You may have an inspection. You may have something that you need to do, but in the process, you're going to get stuck in traffic. You're going to have little things happen that's going to throw you off, and you just got to stay focused. Just stay focused the best way that you can. So, sometimes I find that when I'm on, Facebook, or I'm on Twitter or LinkedIn, somebody may pop in a private message to me, and, it could be 11 o'clock. And they're just chatting away, and I've noticed that they've been on Facebook for 30 minutes because of all their postings. So what I want to make sure that you're doing is utilizing your time to fit you, not for somebody else. I don't want you getting on Facebook and start scrolling down and seeing what everybody else is doing, and then you're sitting there saying, gosh, I wish I was doing that. Well, you should be. You should be doing that. You should not be on Facebook for 30 minutes a day. You should be on there maybe 10 minutes a day, 15 at the most. But I don't want you to get caught up in everything that's going on around you where you're living through everybody else's life but your own. I want you to say to yourself, that's taking time away from me. That's taking time away from my family. What do I need to do to make my day work for me? You know, so that's one thing. Slow down on the social media. Nothing's great going on there. You know, it's fun. I love Facebook. I love posting my pictures of my family and talking about things that are going on in my life, because I have an extended family. Nobody in my family lives around me. So this is the way we share what's going on in each of our lives. And it is important, but pick your time. You know, maybe it's first thing in the morning, the last thing at night. You know, but if somebody sends you a private message, you're getting it on your phone, and you can look at it and decide whether you take care of that private message right then or later. Okay, so keep that in mind. So don't live through others by watching what's going on in their life. Take accountability in your own and make your life as more exciting than theirs. Okay. The other thing I want to talk about is where you is part of this intentional living, is that, you know, everything is so fast paced in our world that we sometimes meet ourselves going, or it's hard for us to catch up with ourselves. So the thing that I want you to look at is, where are you right now in your life? You know, if you were to sit there and think for just a couple of seconds and say, am I where I need to be in my life? And if not, what do I need to do to make that happen? What do I need to be held accountable for that's going to get me to where I need to be? And usually, once you kind of think about that, you will find that your answer is pretty quick. You know, I mean, you are only responsible for yourself. And so what I want you to kind of look at is, over the last couple of months, can you look back and say, you know what, I probably wish I had done that differently, or I could have done that differently. But then I also want you to look at and say, I was my best when, and pick that moment over the last couple of months. Maybe you had a really great day. Maybe it was just a day where you kind of just was reflecting on yourself. Maybe it was a day that you spent with your family. Maybe you had a great day with a client and you were able to help them and they really appreciated you. So where was that moment last couple of months that you can just really quickly say, you know, that was a good day. I need to repeat that. So think about that, write it down, and then reflect on that, okay? And that's going to help you kind of mirror yourself going forward. And then, you know, kind of think about, what is your strategy? You know, everybody has a strategy. When you go to, you know, let's say you go to the baseball game. You know that when those kids take the field and that coach takes the field, they have a strategy. They're not just going out there and going, okay, well, if you hit the ball, run to first base. It's, we've got a plan. We're going to stick to the plan. We're going to modify it throughout the game, but we're going to stick with it. So what is it that you are doing in your life that is a strategy? I want you to think about, you know, how do you approach every day? How do you, when you get out of bed every morning, what are you doing? Are you taking a moment to just be grateful for the day? Even though it hasn't started, you're still grateful. So, you know, be grateful and kind of think about, okay, so today I need to do A, B, and C. You need to get up and you need to be, you know, taking care of yourself. You know, you'll hear a lot of fitness people say, you know, you need to drink water when you first wake up in the morning. You need to, you know, do what works for you, but make it a habit, make it a good habit. And if you don't have a good habit, let's create one. So with me, you know, I am a late night person. I'm not that morning person that's going to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go run 3 miles and come back and do my yoga and eat my, you know, have my protein drink and all that. I'm that person that's going to work until about midnight, maybe 1 o'clock in the morning. So therefore I get up around 7. When I get up, I do have my moment of gratitude. And then I go in, I make my coffee. My husband and I spend some time talking while we're having our coffee. And then I go into my office and get everything ready. I look at my calendar. I know what I'm going to be doing today. And then we just start, you know, I start with my day. I stop around 10 o'clock and I'll have breakfast. I know what my body is telling me. I know I need to lose weight, but I'm trying to change those things that are going to help me do that. So I'm very cautious now of every moment of my day. If my phone rings, I look at it. Do I need to talk to that person right then? Do I need to let them go to voicemail and I call them back? You've got to organize your time to where you're most efficient, so you can produce the most results throughout that time period that you work. So if you're that person that works from 9 to 5 and you've got to pick the time that you work in your business as well as on your business, as well as your personal life. So your strategy for yourself is not going to be like everybody else's. So take your strategy and write it down. In my 90-day planner, what we do is you definitely have a 2-page spread. So it talks about how you plan for your day, and then it talks about taking action. So it's like taking action in your business, taking action in your personal life. Who are you delegating it to? If you have business, who's in your business that's helping you achieve your goal? What is it that you're doing in your personal life that you need to focus on today? What are you doing in your marketing? What are you doing to communicate with your past clients? So every day you take this accountability and you put it down. Then at the end of the week, you're going to kind of do a scorecard. And your scorecard is going to kind of look like this. This is so bad how the lighting gets it, but you can kind of see what I'm talking about, where it says you're having accountability. So you take this accountability, and then you kind of come over here and you talk about how your week was. So you might say, was there a glitch? Did something happen that maybe could have been prevented that you learned from it? So you kind of take accountability on the recap. And then you kind of go in and make any notes that you need for that week. And then you go into the next week. So it's really important, and I know you've heard it before, but it's really important that you sit down every evening, you look at what you did today, and then what did not get done today, carry it over to tomorrow. Look at what you have to do tomorrow. Maybe you need to rearrange a couple of things based on what happened today. And then look at the next day. So I'm always looking at 2 days ahead. So like at the end of today, I'm going to be looking at Friday and Saturday. Even though Saturday is a weekend, that's my downtime, I'm still looking at it because I still have things going on. Maybe not as much business, but I do have personal stuff. And you need to find that balance between your personal and your business. And then and with real estate, it's just one of those things where you work a lot. You work pretty much 7 days a week, but you've got to find that time to take for yourself, for your family, and what your clients need from you as well, and what you need to do to move forward in your business and achieve your goals and everything like that. But the whole purpose of me talking to you is to tell you that you need to have a strategy. Look at everything that you do. When you take a new listing, there's a strategy. You have a strategy on how you're going to market that listing. When it goes under contract, you have a strategy. What happens, what goes in place at that timeline to make it a successful closing. So what I want you to do is look at your life. Create that strategy for your life, that daily strategy, that weekly strategy, and a monthly strategy. And it usually takes you, a good 90 days to really feel that you have created that strategy, because you're going to tweak it all the time. Every time you do something, you're going to say, you know what, maybe I'm better off doing my walking in the morning than at night. Maybe I'm better on the phones in the morning than I am in the afternoon. Maybe I need to go to those weekly meetings at my office instead of putting them off because I'm going to get educated there. Could be that, I'm going to go have lunch with my husband tomorrow or my kids tomorrow. I'm going to find that balance that's going to allow me to do that. So start thinking about your strategy for your life. And when you do that, the strategy kind of plays into everything else that you do. And you find that you are more calm, you're more organized, you feel better about everything, and you're balanced. So that's why I talk to everybody about, you can have the best goals. You can have more business than anybody. But if you are stressed out, unhappy, not healthy, you need to take a step back for a minute and reevaluate what you're doing in your life and what's that strategy that you need to go forward and to correct those things. You know, nobody has a perfect life. So there's always a place in it that you can sit there and say, well, what can I do to make this better, or make this more time efficient, or make me happier, or make those around me happier. So, you know, kind of think about that. And then, you know, if you're interested in the 90-day planner, you can go to 90dayrealestateactionplanner.com. And I've got samples of it. I talk about what all it's going to help you with. And then once you decide that that's something that you'd like to try, then you'll go into our Facebook community group. And we were going to be focusing on, you know, life strategies, how to organize, how to time manage, how to be more efficient and be better for our clients, for ourselves, and for our family. So I hope you took a few minutes and you can watch this. And if you have any questions, you know, let me know. I'll always check back. I know this is live. It's in the middle of the day. It was not planned. So if you're watching this when I upload it and you have questions, go ahead and make your comments, and then I'll come back and check them. And if you find that this would be helpful to someone else, feel free to share it. And, you know, let me know how I can help you. If you tell me what you need, I can probably help you figure it out. So with that said, I hope you have a great day, great weekend, and talk to you soon. Bye.